Welcome back. As you know, I'm Eli the Computer Guy here for the Daily Blob, where we say... it's 2025. I think that's all we need to say. That's why I'm just gonna start doing all of my video, all of these stupid videos. It's like where we say, of course this is happening. Because it's 2025. Yeah, you know how we were told that TikTok has to be banned in the United States because it's... Jesus Christ. Oh, this is so bad. Anyways, because TikTok is a threat to our national security, right? Right, TikTok is a threat to our very democracy. We have a $2 trillion weapons platform, right? The F-35. They're trying to create even more expensive weapons platforms, all to defend our country. But TikTok can destroy our democracy. You know how I've been talking about how idiotic this is for a while, right? There was this whole thing, the MIT review went out there and did research and found out using email addresses with .asia at the end, they were able to go out to data brokers and literally buy information about soldiers and sailors in uniform. Men and women in uniform, they were able to buy all of their personal information for 15 cents a pop. Literally, even using a .asia address, right? No oversight or whatever else. And I've talked about this kind of thing where it's like, look, look, we're not at war with China. To be clear, to be 100% clear, we're not at war with China. But if we are going to be with a war with China, if you want us to be at war with China, we got to do better. And that's where this is just idiotic. This is just stupid. It's just stupid. It is old, senile, old, ignorant politicians pretending like they know what day it is, creating our anti-China policies. Because, yeah, this is real. This is real. Give it a moment. I need a moment before I start talking about this. From CNBC, Microsoft stops relying on Chinese engineers for Pentagon cloud support. Yep. I'm sure there are no bigger vulnerabilities in our digital systems than TikTok. I'm sure. So everybody's going to the cloud. Everybody's going to the cloud. Right? Amazon, Azure, a couple people going over to Google's cloud or DigitalOcean or whatever else. This includes governments, includes DoD, right? The idea of, hey, if cloud computing works so well for a used car lot, I guess it's going to work well for the DoD, the Pentagon. So the Pentagon has been purchasing more and more of these cloud services. And the weird part is, like, I've actually followed this. And it's curious from a security standpoint. It's actually, curious. So a lot of these DoD projects and things, like when they build out the cloud infrastructure, the idea, like with Amazon, and I thought it was the same with Azure, is basically they use the same technology. They use the same hardware. The idea, though, is that they just put it into a segregated data center so that other people can't futz with it. Right? Think about FTP, File Transfer Protocol. Whether you're you or me or whether you're the DoD, FTP is FTP. Right? And so basically the idea is if Amazon or Azure comes up with all these amazing cloud services, they want the information to be segregated and to be secure from the rest of the internet. But otherwise, right, if you have some kind of auto replication strategy for data, if you have some kind of high availability failover for servers, if you're able to have cloud functions or whatever else, it makes sense to be able to essentially give the government those same capabilities, but put it into its own box. But things that you don't think about or necessarily think about, but who's supporting those boxes? The people that write the code that go into the normal consumer side of the data center, is that code then going to go into the government side of the data center. If vulnerabilities are added to the code on the consumer side and nobody catches them, and then that gets replicated over to the DoD side, is that a really easy way to compromise our government? And wouldn't it just be funny if actual Chinese engineers were working on Pentagon systems? Yeah, that would be hilarious. Microsoft on Friday, so for me this is a day and a half ago, revised its practices to ensure that engineers in China, this isn't that horseshit, this isn't that Chinese horseshit about, your great-great-grandparents immigrated from China, and you're in the United States, but, if you have one drop of Chinese blood in you, you're always Chinese. It's not that. It's not like, Microsoft had a relationship with a university. That university happened to start getting more and more international Chinese students. And so the project that they were working on before and they weren't concerned about, all of a sudden that now has Chinese influence. No. There could be excuses for that. No, this is not that. Engineers in China no longer provide technical support to U.S. defense clients using the company's cloud services. Fucking Chinese engineers in fucking China for Microsoft for supporting our defense clients. Fucking Fuck. Am I demonetized yet? Not yet. Fuck! One more. I would say it again, but I might get demonetized. One fuck too many. What the fuck? Yeah, you might understand why I kind of brush off the TikTok or shit. The company implemented the changes in an effort to reduce national security and cybersecurity risks stemming from its cloud work with a major customer. The announcement came days after ProPublica published an extensive report describing the Defense Department's dependence on Microsoft software engineers in China. Quote, in response to concerns raised earlier this week about U.S. supervised foreign engineers, Microsoft has made changes to our support for U.S. government customers to assure that no China-based engineering teams are providing technical assistance for DoD government cloud and related services. Frank Shaw, the Microsoft's chief communication officer, wrote, the change impacts the work of Microsoft's Azure Cloud Services division, which analysts estimate now generates more than 25% of the company's revenue. ProPublica reported that the work of Microsoft's Chinese Azure engineers is overseen by, quote, digital escorts in the U.S. who typically have less technical prowess than the employees they manage overseas. The report detailed how, quote, the digital escort arrangement might leave the U.S. vulnerable to a cyber attack from China. Do you fucking think? Fuck. You know how I scream about things sometimes and everybody thinks it's a fucking joke, right? I talk about this with these startup companies or whatever, what are your counterintelligence capabilities? And they think I'm an asshole for some reason. And then we see, like Twitter. Twitter literally hired a Saudi Arabian intelligence agent that was going after Saudi Arabian dissidents. We see this time and time again, where you have a company in the US and then they end up hiring an intelligence agent that's gonna do whatever the intelligence agent is gonna do. And you know how I've warned you about that? You know how I fucking warned you about that? And now Microsoft is like, hey, oh, what if we just hire completely Chinese support to support our DoD customers? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sorry, does Microsoft understand, having used a Windows product, having supported Windows for years and years and years and years, does Microsoft actually understand the concept of risk mitigation? Maybe we are now understanding why Windows is such a piece of shit operating system even after like 40 fucking years. Was that one too many fucks? Do I still got a couple more? Maybe I got a couple more. Fuck! Quote, this is obviously unacceptable. You think? especially in today's digital threat environment, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said. Well, I guess a broken Pete Hegseth can't say something correct twice a day. He described the architecture as, quote, a legacy system created over a decade ago during the Obama administration. The Defense Department will review its systems and search for similar activity, Hegseth said. I will say it is kind of funny right now. If you'll notice the Trump administration really likes to blame Biden. Fine. Biden was a shit president. And they're really starting to like to blame Obama. But the weird thing is, like, I feel like there was a president between Obama and Biden. Wasn't there somebody in office for 4 years between Obama and Biden? Maybe that president could have seen this kind of problem coming if they weren't so fucking focused on TikTok. Because remember, TikTok, he tried to ban TikTok through executive order because that was such a national security concern. Having literally Chinese engineers in China support the DoD was not up to the level Trump seemed to care about. And it is curious here, if ProPublica hadn't done that article, would Trump have cared about it now? And why does Trump care so much about TikTok and not really where the support services are coming for DoD systems? Anyways, Microsoft originally told ProPublica that its employees and contractors were adhering to U.S. government rules. Sure. Quote, we remain committed to providing the most secure services possible to U.S. government, including working with our national security partners to evaluate and adjust our national security protocols as needed, Shaw wrote. Horse crap. Can I say it? Horse shit. fucking horse shit. That is horse shit. That is, how in fucking 2025 does Microsoft have fucking Chinese engineers out of fucking China supporting fucking DoD systems? Inquiring minds would like to know. And as I've said before, this isn't China's problem. This isn't China's problem. Hey China, hey Xi, well played. Well played, motherfucker. Hate the game, not the player. The motherfucker is the Charles Barkley of goddamn dunking on the United States. You gotta respect that. You know what I would like out of my fucking country? Is to actually get up in the morning and do some fucking training. Hey, maybe if we go shoot a couple more hoops, maybe take a little couple more laps, maybe if we do some more practice games, maybe Xi will not fucking dunk on us every goddamn game. But anyways, that's not how it works. You know if Trump was in the NBA, he was going against Charles Barkley, Trump would just walk out with a shotgun. He'd be like, well, I told you, folks, I could shoot somebody in the middle of the street and still be elected. Charles Barkley, what? Plop! Then you just see Trump the entire game. Nope. Yeah, all you have to do is just get one shot. Just get one shot. Oh, yes. The problem isn't us. Remember, Americans, the problem isn't us. It's always those damn Chinamen. So anyways, what do you think about this? Oh, fuck. What do you think about this stupidity? What do you think about this country we call home? Proud to be an American. Fuck. Taking bets now. Do you think 2026 is going to be any better? You know that whole thing, like 2020, we're just waiting to get to 2021. Then we got to 2021, we're just waiting to get to 2022. Now it's like 2025, we're waiting to get to 2026. I don't know, placing bets now. When will the dumpster fire end? That is my question for my viewers out there. So what do you think about this? What do you think about Microsoft using Chinese engineers in China to support DoD clients? What do you think about the fact that this seems to be news? This seems to be news to the Trump administration and Hegseth. What do you think about how they seem to be trying to blame Obama and completely ignoring this somebody, I forget who was president between Obama and Biden. And what do you think about this? Just, was it pantomime? Pantomime? What do you think about just this, whatever the hell's going on between the US and China right now? It's just so stupid. We're at war. We're at war, and we need the best minds in the world working on DoD projects. That'd be fun. Can you imagine that during like World War II? What if like the Nazi engineers, at the end of the day, they needed to make a little extra money? What if there had been like a World War II version of Fiverr? What if like Oppenheimer would be like, yes, for $10, I will pay, or whatever. For $10, all I need you to do is figure out this math equation on a nuclear bomb. Yes, with this amount of plutonium or this amount of uranium, whatever, I just need to know what the yield will be. I'll pay you $5 for that. I'll get like beamed over the Nazis. Nazis be like, actually, that's a pretty easy price. If you have this and have this, the yield on that explosion will be there. Can you imagine that? That's gonna be World War III. You know what World War III is going to be? Is where all of our soldiers and the military are not going to have enough money to be able to pay rent and pay health care. So they're going to be gigging on the side for the Chinese. Oh, you know what's going to happen. I remember that. A buddy of mine and his friend was career special forces. And was talking about it where he was just pissed. He was just so fucking pissed one day because he got on this United Nations mission. And there are these two sides. There are these two sides somewhere in the world. There's these two sides that were trying to kill each other. So the United Nations came in to try to stop them from killing each other. And this guy was fucking pissed. And the reason he was fucking pissed is because about 10 years previously, he had been with this side, giving them weapons and training them how to kill people. And then about 5 years previously, he had been sent to go over and support this side and give them weapons and show them how to kill people. And now he was being deployed to be right in the middle as the two motherfuckers shoot at each other. As he learned karma, as he learned the pure essence of karma that day. Anyways, that's how the American military works. So what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Fuck me. Put your thoughts down below. Whether you like these videos, you hate these videos, give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down, leave us a great comment, give us a horrible comment. Can't be any worse than reality at this point, because we are in the modern world of YouTube, and all that matters is that interaction. So with that, I'm going to go have a cry. See y'all later.